The geese are in the pasture this morning. It looks like they're loving the grass. They were just out buried in it, but there's only 4 of them out here. I wonder where the other one is. You guys cold in there? Mm-hmm. You guys staying warm? There's the other goose. I don't think that's the one sitting on the nest, but it's the one who has a limp who hangs out with the one who sits on the nest. I think it's the other female. I don't know. I don't get these geese. Breakfast time, come and get it. I guess she is sitting on the nest. I think 2 of them are sitting on it, really. Silly, huh? Okay, it's kind of nasty weather, but I'm gonna get right into continuing on our root cellar build. I'm trying to knock this out so I can move on to the retaining wall, which runs into the root cellar, and the French drain, the rest of the grading in the house, and knock all that out quickly. Okay, I tried to cut everything I could imagine needing up there with one exception. Don't cut more than 2 rafters till you try. So I cut just 2 rafters just to make sure I didn't mess up figuring them out. And I'll go ahead and throw most of these up there. They're going on this surface ceiling roof of a little attic space. I'll just throw them up there so I'm not in danger continuously of falling down through this structure, even though I'm not quite ready to attach them yet. Alright, the next thing I have to do is tie in a few concrete anchors that will permanently tie these outside 4x6s down to the concrete, my concrete piers. So I've got to pour, gosh, I don't know how many bags it'll take, but it'll be a few bags to fill some of those cores up and actually over the metal ties that are screwed to those. I'll show you. So this metal tie goes down and has a thing on the end of it. And that's not only to prevent the framing on top from shifting, but also lifting in extreme winds. But not like you really wanted to see me mix any more concrete. Okay, I got all those anchors set, and I'm basically done with concrete on this building. Thank goodness, because that was a lot of concrete to mix. It was spitting snow while I was mixing that concrete. There's a little snow coming down now. It's not quite that cold here, but it must be that cold up there, and it's gonna get really cold tonight. Another reason I have to rush to finish this. Not only am I trying to get a bunch done, I have stuff to cover in the garden because it's gonna freeze pretty hard tonight. No, not hard enough to freeze concrete, 25 degrees, but it will hit about 30 degrees, so I better carry on. Okay, it's time to lay this deck, and as you can see, this back bandboard bows out pretty bad. It curves out like this. So I'm gonna use the front as my guide, and I'm actually gonna try to pull that middle in because that front is really straight. Up at the house for a quick lunch, candling some eggs, having a cup of coffee, taking a quick break. Bree's up here editing. The kids have done their school. Thanks for editing.
Yep. You can't do it all, honey. So this is good. Figuring out how to add this into my day. Here and there is working somewhat.
Did you put a box of screws somewhere, buddy?
Yeah.
Where?
It was lying the damn.
Is that my box of screws?
Just stand up. Flip over and put like the corners on it.
Yeah.
I see.
I ran out of battery in my last shot, so I don't know what you saw, but we got that deck done. So next is cutting rafters, which that's exciting. This is boring compared to putting up rafters. Putting up rafters is always fun. So we're gonna cut some rafters. When you're working with rafters, you always line up the top. Go down here and hold this for me right here, Grace. Like this, and hold this. Like, make sure it's right there, or you can go like this. All right, hold still, don't move. All right, here we go. So we got our pattern. Now this blade is curved, so it's at an angle, so I don't want to make ugly cuts through, so I'm going to cut it like that, and then there's just a little bit to cut out. And that is nice, close enough. So just hold this like this. And this one is another type of special one. There's just two of these. It just has a baby bird's mouth. The rest have full-size bird's mouth. That's called a bird's mouth cut. All right, one more baby bird's mouth and all the rafters are cut. Now comes the really, really fun part. Though it's very windy and I'm doing this alone because all the kids ditched out on me, which is fine. They get to choose sometimes if they work or not. I really don't mind though, because honestly I love this. I like doing it alone. I'd love to have them here. The reason I want to have them down is because I want to get a little more done and they would help it go a little faster. But I mostly just want to work alongside them because I like that. So sometimes we make them work, sometimes they pick. I'm letting them pick today. Oh, I forgot. I need to cut a bunch of mini collar ties. Just tiny, tiny little collar ties. Because I'm doing this alone, so I'll show you what I'm talking about. Or I'll try to remember to. So I can do this job alone, basically. Oh man, there's something in my way. My first thought was, why would a kid do this? But the pieces came together in my head, and there's a swimming pool laying down there in the pasture that was just rolling. And I remembered this block was in the way of my truck. This block was holding in the swimming pool, which is covering my mortar here, but it's just crazy windy and gusts. All right, path is clear. Sometimes I ask myself why I put my camera like that. But it makes it feel real, like when you film from the third person. Anyway. Okay, did a little math. I don't like to, but sometimes you have to. Well, actually I like math. That gets things done. I'm putting everything up on this platform that I might possibly need, so hopefully I won't have to get down and I can just bust this out without even getting off here really fast, hopefully. I feel like I forgot something already. Let's see. Did I get my two little, I forgot something. Okay, my idea is I'm gonna build them starting with the last one I'm gonna put up, which is this one over here, to this one, build them over here, leave them sitting over here, and then I'll start putting them up out there all the way back to here. Hopefully I won't get in my own way too much. It's kind of a little space for all this, but I don't know if I'll have space to do that actually. We'll find out really fast. I may have to take them off. How does that look? Okay, that'll do. So, change of plans. I think I'm gonna have to put them up as I build them, otherwise they're gonna get in the way. All right, first rafter going up. There's the wind. I don't think it'll blow over though. So much for not making trips up and down. Okay, I think this is gonna hold up to the wind with these little, I don't know what they're called. You can see why the rafters are different. This one has a notch to catch this, which will actually carry this outer rafter, and this has no bird's mouth in it because it's not sitting on anything, it's hanging or flying. It's been so long since I've done this, I don't remember names for anything. Is that a flying rafter? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how to build these next two. There's basically no space. I'm gonna have to build it under here and then like fish it out and set it up. I think that'll work. Let me put you down here, camera. This is really fun. And it's going pretty fast like I expected. And the wind's not blowing them over. Now that I started setting these big timber lock screws that are going through my rafters with two hands and really sinking them in, they're a little bit stiffer up here, so that's good. Just two more rafter sets to put together here. I think, oh yeah, I need that. Well, actually I don't need that anymore. Here's my little stability block I'm going to put in here temporarily. Cool, huh? I like it. The roof is it's a steep roof. It's a 12-12 roof, so it makes for a high profile, which makes the building stand out. I'd kind of rather have it be a little quieter, so to speak, but it's just a waste of a great foundation and a wall to not put a tiny little space up there for the kids to play in, or maybe it'll be my office. I'll have to be sitting down all the time, but anyway, just a little spot. An extra bedroom for guests. We can put a bed in there. Okay, now this one is the only one left to go, and it has to screw to the ends of these little thingamajiggers. And this is really a two-person job, but I'm just going to use a few boards to help myself out. And I've got some marks. If I line them up, it should be where it's supposed to go. We'll try to take off these temporaries. And we have a flying rafter. And it's strong too, see? You might think it wouldn't be strong, but there I'm hanging on it. Pretty solid. Okay, all the rafters are up. It's freezing cold out here. It's coming towards probably 35 degrees. Maybe it's just the wind, but it's cold. Okay, it's purlin time. That's the wood that you actually screw your roofing into. So all of this is gonna go on top. Well, not all of this, but a lot of this is gonna go on top of those rafters, perpendicular to them, so we have something to screw roofing into. My camera battery died, so I didn't film the very last bit of my work.
Will you watch that video and make sure you don't want to change anything and upload it?
Yeah.
I've already exported it, so I haven't got a title or a thumbnail or anything.
Well guys, come back tomorrow and see the progress on the building. It might be just one more big push day and then we'll pretty much be done for now on the root cellar. We can move on to other stuff.